Don't ever borrow money in order to start a business. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dominion Wealth Zone. My name is Julius Olutokun. Today, we will be talking about something very, very interesting. Because a lot of people will always say, if I had known this, if I had known that. I was talking to someone today, and she was telling me, oh, if I had known this about 10 years ago, about 15 years ago, I would have been able to do this. Now, tonight, I'll be talking about, assuming I want to start again, these are the things I will do. I've been on this journey for about 17, 18 years, actively. And if I'm beginning again, these are the things I will do. So let's title this beginning again or restart. Beginning again or restart. These are the things I'm going to do. Number one, I'm going to look at how much do I have coming in. That's the first thing. How much do I have coming in? Because what I'm going to do will be based on what is coming in. Because in investment or in success in life, you start from where you are and we start with what you have. I've told a lot of my mentees that don't ever borrow money in order to start a business. Don't take a loan to start a business. When you do that, you're going to be under stress. You're going to be under a sort of pressure in order to be able to pay the loans back with interest. Even if the loan is an interest-free loan, try not to take a loan. Start from where you are and start with what you have. That's number one. So I'm going to look at how much is coming in. The second thing I'm going to look at is my outgoings. The first one is my incomings, then the next thing is my outgoings. I'm going to look at what am I spending money on. Then, looking at my outgoing, I'm going to be able to see what are the ones I can do without. Probably eating out, I can do without eating out. Paying for TV subscription, I can do without that. I have never, and I repeat that again, I've never paid for a TV subscription before. Well, I've done anyway. Let me not say I've never. I used to do when in the days of Telewest. Telewest is what we call Virgin now. I did that for about 2 years, and after that, I stopped paying for TV subscription. I go on my free channels. Number three things is that you need to look at, probably you live in a bigger house, a 4 or 5 bedroom, and you are a family of 3 or 4, you can cut down on that, or you can rent one room out if you feel comfortable with that. You need to look at that. How can I have more income in where I live? Number 4 on that is you look at yourself, maybe you have 3 cars in the family or 2 cars, and you only need 1. You can either pack one and reduce the expenses, or sell it and take that money and invest it. Selling that car does not mean that your level is going down. No, it doesn't matter. That money, that's 3, 4, 5,000 you're going to get on that. If you invest in the next 5 years, it will have turned to about 20,000 or 25,000, depending on how good you are with investment. There are a lot of investment mechanisms you can use, and some of them are failure proof. Anything can fail, don't get me wrong. However, some of them, they've been tried and tested. So look at your outgoings anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. Look at your outgoings, the ones you can do without. You can do without holiday. You can do without buying expensive clothing. There was this particular year, I did not buy a shirt or a trouser, not even a socks, a full year. Look at your outgoings. Number 3 thing you have to do is look at your needs versus your want. I did a video a few weeks ago about that. Needs and want. Your want are the things you can do without. Your needs are the things you cannot do without. Your needs are your rent, your bills, your medication, your education, your basic needs. You cannot do without them. There are some things you can do without. I've told you I didn't buy a cloth at all for a whole year. I could do without them. I didn't go for holiday for about maybe 3, 4 years. I could do without them. Then if we go for holiday at all, we do what we call staycation. We go to holiday within the UK. We just drive get a hotel, stay there for about 3 or 4 or 5 days, then come back to our base. So you need to look at your needs in relation to your wants. Number 4, look at your debts. How many people are you owing? And try to cut down on your debt as much as possible, especially the high interest debts. You have a debt that's about 15% interest, and you have one that's at 5% interest. Cut down on the high interest one, or you consolidate them, put them together, and find a low interest one. As a matter of fact, there's some lenders that they can give you interest if it's credit card. Interest-free credit card for about 24 months or 12 months, or I've seen 24, I've not seen more than 24 months. And in 24 months, you pay down quickly before interest kicks in. And if interest was going to kick in, you move it again to another provider. So you can move that and move that and move that. So you need to cut down on your debt. Another thing I'm going to do, which is number 5, I will build an emergency fund. A lot of us, we don't have emergency fund. If something comes on emergency, then you go into your investment, then you're failing, you're cracking the wall already. You need an emergency fund. I will have an emergency fund immediately. I have something, I'm putting something away, probably about 1, 2, 3, maximum 5% of my income. In case an opportunity comes, an asset comes that I need to buy, or a business opportunity come, or maybe an expenses show up that I was not expecting before, an emergency fund will cater for all that. Number 6 is you need to take out an insurance policy. I didn't know the importance of insurance policy on time. I think I knew about 8-9 years ago when I took the first one. I didn't know so much about it. So I took an insurance policy. It's very important. Anything could happen to you. And even if nothing happens to you, there are some that helps you to protect your income, protect your mortgage, protect your family if anything happens. I will take an insurance policy. Number 7, I'll create a budget. I'm telling you the things I'm going to do if I'm restarting again. I'll create a budget. A lot of us, we don't have budgets. In my early days, I didn't start with budget. I get money. Anything I feel like I spend it on. When I say anything I feel like, they're investment. I've got eBay market then. I was selling on eBay. I was buying and selling. I was doing my stock trading. I was doing spread betting. When I say spread betting, it's not betting. It's financial market, buying currencies. I was doing currency. That's currency. Let me call it currency trading for you, but they call it spread betting professionally. So I was doing currency trading. Then I went to stock and shares. Then later on, I went to real estate. These are my journey. You understand? But I didn't have a budget. So if I had created a budget in those days, probably I would have been able to do better. And in your budget, you have your needs should take 50% of your budget. Your savings and investment should take 30% of your budget, and your wants or probably your day-to-day expenses or extra thing should take 20% of your budget. So 50, 30, 20. Needs, investment, and day-to-day living. 50, 30, 20. Now, the next thing I'm going to do at number 7 is I'm going to learn more about money and how to multiply or grow my money. I'm going to use 30 minutes a day in order to learn how money works. I'm going to learn about the principles of money, principle of investment, savings, stocks and shares, how money works, how money grows. There's a lot of way by which money grows in this country. I live in the UK. I can tell you there's a lot of money, a lot of opportunities you and I are missing every day about how money grows. And that's why a lot of people fall into the hand of fraudsters, scammers. They tell you invest this, you're going to get it. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of failure proof or fool proof that where you put money in it, your money grows. And finally, I will invest, and I will invest. I use the power of compound interest. The compound interest is one of the best discovery of the 20th century when you talk about investment. Compounding makes your money to work. You know the way your debt compounds, the same way your interest could compound. I've seen someone who had a parking ticket for £60, and because they refused to pay it, it compounded and compounded until it got to about £5,000. They were taken to court and they have to pay that money. The same way, your £60 you are holding in your hand today, if you invest it in a compound interest account, it could become £5,000, £60. But it takes years to do. It takes invest. So these are the things I will do if I am restarting. These are the steps I'm going to take if I'm restarting. So please do not forget to like, to share, and to hit the notification button, and try and share this to your friends and your loved one. See you in the next episode.